Enjoy these clips from the Catholic Coffee Podcast. So much has changed over the last couple of months in the year 2020. Can you believe how life has changed so much and the church has changed so much? People can't get to Mass. People are not allowed to go to Mass. There's priests being arrested in Italy while they're busy saying the Eucharistic prayers. It's frightening. It is absolutely frightening. But what has got to change? Something church-wise needs to change. Now, obviously, we hope that this whole pandemic falls away and everything gets back to normal. But I don't think the church is going to be normal. And this was reiterated in a letter from a Jesuit, which we'll go through just now. But what is the role of the clergy now? I mean, we know that they've got to administer the sacraments. They've got to help the community and lead the community to God. But what is the role of the clergy going forward, especially if people are more homebound at the moment? I was talking to our parish priest the other day saying, should we consider telephonic or Skype confessions and last rites and those sorts of things? The answer is yes, we should consider it, because there's kind of like a lack of the ability to administer those things in a normal way. So we've got to think what else can be done. The big question that always comes up, though, is what is liturgically correct? Now, I think we need to be, probably going to get condemned for this in some way, but I think we need to be kind of flexible with what is liturgically correct and what is not, what can be allowed and what can't be. Because if the liturgy gets in the way of the people getting to Christ, which it shouldn't do, because liturgy is meant to lead people to Christ. But at this current stage, if it gets in the way of bringing people to Christ, we might have a slight problem. But I think, the church, in a sense, should be very forward-thinking, and I think they will think this through and say, how can we reinvigorate the liturgy so that where we are at this point in time, people can still be brought to Christ? So I don't think it's such a scary thing. We've just got to look at it with an open mind and not be too adventurous with the rules, because I think if we go a little bit overboard, I think we're going to miss the boat quite a bit. So, what's the role of the clergy? My honest answer is, don't know. What's the role of the laity? Well, I think there's a huge role in the laity, or a huge responsibility for the laity, especially, let's say, if I'm a father, head of a home, I have to make sure that my family receives spiritual communion, receives spiritual confession, receives the readings, the liturgy of the word, as much as possible, to do what I can to lead my family in a religious type manner. We're all a royal priesthood. We've got to responsibly act in those roles as fathers of the homes, as mothers of the homes. Same thing. We've got to take on those roles. And if the father's slacking back, the mother needs to crack the whip and say, hey, the wife needs to crack the whip and say, get back up there. Let's lead the family, be with the family. So together as a married couple, we've got a responsibility to lead the family, to lead each other, to make sure that we stay on the spiritual and this Catholic journey. If you enjoyed this clip from the Catholic Coffee Podcast, you will love the full podcast. Follow the link in the description and subscribe to the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe.